Danielle Bernack from DanielleBernack.com. Love yourself from Survive to Thrive, that lady on the internet who loves you. And I was thinking today, because I turned my heat on in my house today for the first time, because it's getting cold out, thinking about how the holidays are coming. It's almost October. By the time this gets on my podcast, it probably will be October. And then we have all these holidays that are in front of us. And it is a common thing for people to get in trouble during the holidays. They get into trouble financially. They get into trouble emotionally. They get into trouble physically. And so I wanted to ask you, do you get into trouble in any of these ways during the holidays? Do you overspend and then in January beat yourself up because you spent too much? Or you were being so frugal to not do what you did last year that then you forgot to get something for someone and then you beat yourself up for that? Or do you put yourself in situations because you don't plan emotionally, and so then you get into trouble that way? And another way is physically. Do you eat too much? Do you not get enough sleep? It is very common for people to get sick over the holidays because they're not taking care of themselves. They're not eating correctly. They're not getting enough sleep. And I have been guilty of all of these things myself. So if you're in any of these, you are not alone. But we can overcome by doing one thing, doing a little planning. Doing a little planning. I mean, we have some time right now. It's not tomorrow. The holiday isn't tomorrow. And so we have some time to stop and think about it. Go through each holiday you have in front of you. Get out a piece of paper. Write down the name of the holiday on the top, because we got a bunch of them in front of us. Write down the name of that holiday that you have in front of you. Write down what area you have gotten in trouble before, so that you know what you need to focus on. Maybe it's all three. I mean, I've been there too. And if it is, then make 3 columns so that you can address all 3 of them: financially, emotionally, and physically. And then write down underneath there what you would like to see. You have a certain amount of money you want to spend and no more. How many people do you have to buy for birthdays or Christmas or whatever you buy gifts for? Halloween, candy. How much candy? Do you buy too much candy? Do you splurge on too much in any of them? Write down what it is that you want to do and then make a plan. And play with it, because it won't be perfect. Let it be messy. Let it be messy. Like writing in a journal, just brain dump it all over the paper, what you're thinking, of what you want to accomplish on any of those holidays. And then the next thing, physically, do you need to make sure that you get enough sleep, or do you tend to skip meals, or do you go out to eat too much, or you have this obsession with candy or chocolate or certain things that are available only during this time of year? And I don't want to say don't do that, because we need to let ourselves have some things. We need to take care of ourselves emotionally by not being too strict with ourselves. But there's a difference between having 2 cookies and having 2 boxes of cookies. So you could say, well, I love this one kind of cookie. They only come out this time of year. And allow yourself a certain amount, so you can love yourself, to give yourself something that is kind and good, and to splurge on yourself, but then make a boundary for yourself so that you don't overdo it, because that is also loving yourself. Boundaries are a way of loving yourself. And physically, do you need to take naps? Is that even an option? Or do you need to go to bed earlier? One of the things I found, especially with Christmas, is I would be up way too late on Christmas Eve because I was wrapping presents. And then I wouldn't get enough sleep. And then sickness would creep in, because lack of sleep, it tears down our body. We're running too much. And so does stress. So if we can rein in the stress by pacing ourselves. What I did with the wrapping of the presents is I started wrapping a few presents every day. I would like block off 15 minutes, 15 minutes, and go wrap it. Sometimes it was one present because it was a large one and it took a lot more work. Sometimes I get like 5 or 6 of them done. But if you do some of them every day, then it spans it out. Same with making Christmas cookies, or if you're making gift bags or something for Halloween or something. If you space it out over time, then you can take care of yourself in the process and still accomplish what you want to accomplish. And so I want to encourage you to not get in trouble in those 3 ways over these next few months that are in front of us by doing a little planning. Love yourself enough to do some planning in the area of finances, in the area of your physical body, in self-care, and in the area of physical, emotional, which is also self-care. Those to think about these things. What do you need? What is a priority to you? What do you need to do during this time? And what can you maybe say no to? And give yourself these parameters so that when other things want to smash those things out of the way and do something else instead, you say, nope, I have planned for this, and sorry, there's no room on my calendar for that. We can't do all things. We can't be everywhere. We can't do all things for all people all the time. We're one person. You're one person. You are one person. Love yourself enough to plan to take care of yourself and love those around you well during this season. And so until next time, I'm Danielle Burnock from DanielleBurnock.com. Love yourself from Survive to Thrive, that lady on the internet who loves you. Mwah.